I'm so glad you chose to join and stay with us. I'm joined with Shatan and Eric. Shatan, you have a company, Grantsource. Can you tell us a little bit more about what services you provide?
Grant writing services or grant writing consulting is just the one piece. It is a major piece, but it is only one piece. I provide grant writing consulting services to about 10 local organizations. And I will say at the end of, I am going into my second year of business as Grantsource. Okay. And at the end of my first year of business, my clients have received an average return on investment of 700%. So they spend a little with me, but they get a lot back. And that is a big part of my mission, making a big impact in the lives of the underserved and unserved. In addition to the grant writing services, Grantsource also offers capacity building workshops for people who are thinking about starting a nonprofit organization. Having a business plan is crucial to the process, and I try to get people before they apply for that 501c3 tax exempt status, because the clock starts ticking once they get that application done and the approval. So the workshops, they're $9 a piece, very affordable, and it actually will take individuals through from idea to launching their business. And so you think you want to start a nonprofit is one title of one of the workshops. So you think you want to start a nonprofit. Well, come and talk to me, and then you might change your mind. But it helps people to be prepared. We share best practices. We talk to successful nonprofit organizations such as Eric's, and we learn about what to do and what not to do. I have a Grant Writing 101 workshop. I have a budgeting 1 year projection. We develop a budget and pro forma, so you'll know exactly how much
it's going to take,
financial and sweat equity it's going to take for you to actually launch your business and be successful at it. So that's just several of the classes.
Now, I know you just touched really at the beginning briefly about people spending money with you. That's something that I think a lot of nonprofits assume everything is given to them freely, and there's nothing that they have to pay for.
Not true.
Now, that is something I want to clarify. They do need to pay for their services. Everything is not given. And so with that in mind, although your services are reasonably cost, they do need to invest $5 to get $100 back is an example. So they should never go in assuming that everything will just come because they've decided to create a program and get it out there.
Right.
So they definitely should find someone to help them with their services. Now, what I did also want to touch on is, do you have do you actually write grants for people in the
for individuals?
Individuals and organizations. Can you clarify?
There is a difference. Grants to individuals are different from grants to, say, organization like Eric's. The Foundation Center, foundationcenter.org, they have an online database that provides information on foundations who provide grants to individuals. It's not for the mainstream. Anybody can't just go and apply for a grant and get money for some project. It just doesn't work that way. It's very specific. And you have to fit within that funder's guidelines. So, but on the flip side, if an organization wants to apply for a grant, then I write those proposals. And I have clients who I work for on a monthly basis where I serve as their outsourced grants writer. And I submit, on the lower end, 1 grant per month up to 7 or 8 grants per month for an organization. And because nonprofit organizations are generally run and managed by usually one person, the executive director just wears so many hats, and grant writing can be extremely time consuming. So it's very valuable for an organization who doesn't have a lot of money to be able to not spend a lot of money and have somebody, a professional person, to take over that role. And they know that at least they have applications out there, and at some point the funding will become available.
So now, do you have any upcoming things on your calendar?
I do, but I want to correct something. She said that she had 10 organizations. She meant she had 11. So I just wanted to correct that.
She tried to shadow one. She didn't want to tell us about one.
Right, she left one
She
out.
didn't tell us.
But we do have an upcoming event. It's called the AAAG Sports Festival. It's a track and field meet that we host every year, where we bring out the inner city youth for competition that may be with different track clubs throughout the Georgia area. We get teams from Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, from all over the southeastern region. They come in, they compete. What we do in the monies and revenues that we bring in, we give out scholarships to those athletes that may be in low income housing that can afford to go to the Junior Olympic Games. So we in fact give them scholarships to be able to afford to go to the Junior Olympic Games. And that's going to be on July 18th and 19th of this year. And you can visit our website at www.theaag.org.
Now, Shatan, can you tell us, do you also have any programs for people who want to be a grant writer?
I do. Thank you for asking, Tamiko. I have an apprenticeship program. I have about maybe 5 apprentices right now, and it teaches individuals from college age up to, my age, adult age, senior age, anybody who wants to or who is interested in learning how to write grant proposals. It allows them the practice, the hands-on experience. They receive a nominal stipend, and they work on real-life grant projects. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any upcoming events or seminars?
GrantSource offers monthly workshops, and our next scheduled workshops are in June. And I do believe, so you think you want to start a nonprofit will be available, Grant Writing 101. There's a class that I taught at the Foundation Center, and it's so you have your 501c3, now what? So that one will be offered in June as well. And those classes, the workshop schedule can be found on the website, which is www.grantsource, GRANTSOURCE, the numerical 1.com.
Alrighty. Now, do either of you have email lists or newsletters that go out?
I do. Thank you, Tamika. You just covered everything that I forget.
Getting everything.
I do have a newsletter, and I'm like Oprah. Oprah realized that she didn't have to complete her her magazine every month. She said she's going to take a break. Anyhow, inside joke. I do have a newsletter that comes out when I feel like sending it out. So it's been bi-weekly.
Something important to say.
Yes, yes, and when I can get to it, because I'm a one-person organization as well. I do have contractors who work with me, but I wear all of the hats, so I'm a very busy lady. But I do try to send it out at least bi-monthly, so twice a month. Sometimes I can send it out 3 times a month, and it just offers the community funding announcements. I've been covering the stimulus package pretty heavily in the newsletter, just because I don't think the average person understands the stimulus package, so I try to break that information down so that people can understand it. I offer spotlights on organizations in the community, so I will be spotlighting AAAG in the next issue.
See what happens when you come on the
Right.
Show. That's right. Connections
I'm
are
excited.
made. Connections are made. It has a CEO corner where I give some tidbits of information, insight into starting a nonprofit, and information that I think is very useful. And it also has the workshop schedule as well. So if you want to receive the newsletter, a copy of the newsletter, go to my website, the Contact Us page, submit your information, and I will include you in the list.
All right. Well, with that in mind, I want to thank you both for taking time to come today and share information that I'm sure is valuable for our viewers. So that is the end of this segment. I am glad that you took time to be with us. If you would like to be on an episode, or if you would like more information, please go to the website nonprofitdreams.com and have a great day.
Thank you.
Did I make your 4 o'clock cut off?